You already know what we're going to take a look at today, another 2S03 Tinywhoop. This is the new Flylens75 from Flywoo. Alright guys, like I said in my last video, 2023 was the year for 03 Tinywhoops that are under 250 grams. So here's another one to add to the mix. This one is pretty much a smaller version of the Flylens75. It actually has the exact same components inside. We've got the Goku F405 12 amp all-in-one board in there, and then we also have the Robo 1003 14,800 kV motors. The main thing that's different is the props on the 75 are 40mm 4-blade props. Something unique that I noticed with the 75 that the 85 doesn't have, or at least my Flylens 85 doesn't have this, is the ability to use 9mm motors or 6mm motors. The 85 only accepts 6mm, whereas the frame on the 75 has 2 additional little holes next to the motor mounting so that you can fit a slightly bigger motor on there. The Flylens 85 doesn't have this. So that's kind of a cool feature. So very similar layout to the Flylens 85. Back here we have the antennas. These two right here are for the 03 air unit, and then this one right here is for the built-in ELRS receiver that's on that all-in-one board. In front of that, we have this TPU piece, and this is the same exact layout as the Flylens 85. And I was sent this 750 2S LiPo and two 550 2S LiPos, but I unfortunately wasn't sent the 550 TPU piece. You can use a 550 in this 750 TPU part, but it will be a little bit loose. So the main battery that I'm going to be using in this is this 750 that I was sent. I really like this battery design that Flywoo has. These fit nice and snug around the battery when you're using the appropriate battery, but this just kind of clicks into the frame like that, and then you twist it and it kind of just locks in place. So battery's not going anywhere. The 03 camera up front is on a similar dampened mount right here. This is going to help with post stabilization if you're using this with gyro flow like I do. This is something that we also had on the Flylens 85. I've got a different camera in here now. Looking at the bottom of the drone, we still have the bottom mounted VTX, and it does look like they're trying to reinforce this piece of plastic that's holding the 03 air unit. They're using the same pieces before, but they've added this piece of foam to kind of protect it. Flywoo actually sent me a bag of these, and I'm pretty sure that you don't get this bag with the drone, but you can just buy these on their site, and I put one on the bottom here since this isn't something that came with the Flylens 85. This was actually one of my few complaints with the Flylens 85 that I have here. I originally put a naked 03 air unit in this, and I just didn't trust this piece of plastic to protect it, and I'm glad I got the naked 03 out of there, because eventually I got around to testing the durability of this thing, and these side pieces broke. So this little plastic piece, the sides did eventually crack in. So I like that Flywoo is now making this foam piece to protect the video transmitter, but personally, I won't be putting a naked 03 air unit in this drone. I have a full-size air unit in there now, and honestly, between the naked 03 and a full-size 03, you're not gonna see much of a flight time increase. Flywoo advertises basically a 10-second difference between the full-size 03 air unit and a naked 03, so I just go full-size 03. It's less work, plus it's gonna be more durable. If you do decide to throw a naked 03 on this setup, Flywoo actually sells a couple accessories for the naked 03 that you can get right on their site. They have the camera itself, so you won't have to take apart your 03 camera, and I'm pretty sure they're only selling this for like 20 or 30 bucks or something. They have this TPU protector for the naked 03 camera, and speaking of this, I actually have one on here now, and this is for the full-size 03, but this is going to help hold ND filters, or if you have some type of lens protector, you can slide that right in through the side, and it's going to protect the lens. I am curious to see if this is going to show up in the 03 footage, because it does look a little like the edges might get in there, but we'll see when I'm testing this. But this is one for the full-size camera, and then they also sell this one for the naked camera, so this is just going to help kind of protect it. And then finally, they also have a ribbon cable. So this is ribbon cable that goes between the 03 air unit boards. There's 2 boards in the 03 air unit, and this is basically just a replacement ribbon cable. So if you do decide to put a naked 03 air unit in this drone, Flywoo at least sells a couple accessories to make the install a little bit easier. So this Flylens75 that I have here has a built-in ELRS receiver on that all-in-one board that's in the middle. I'm going to be using that one, but it looks like Flywoo is also selling this with Crossfire or as a bind and fly option with the DJI remote. They also have a couple video transmitter options available. They've got a version like this that comes with the 03 air unit. They have a walk snail version. They have a version that comes with HD0. They have an analog option, and they have a plug and play option where you could just install the video transmitter that you want to use. All right, so let's hop out and test this thing. I'm going to be using this 750 2S LiPo, and I'm going to be filming with the 03 Air unit in 2.7K in 4:3. That just makes for a little bit better stabilization and just an overall bigger image. I'm going out tomorrow to film a walkthrough video with my buddy Ray. If you guys follow New England Drone Tours on Instagram, you know that we do tons of work with him, and we've actually started filming a lot of guided drone tour videos together for social media. So for this property, we're going to be testing out the Flylens75 that I've got here, see if we can film an entire drone tour with him on the Flylens75. I love how this thing flies, very smooth tune. I turned the throttle limit percentage down to about 70% during that flight just to make it a little bit more manageable for indoor flight, but otherwise this thing flies awesome. The tune out of the box is smooth, the rates are pretty good. I think this would be a solid option that's more similar to the newbie drone Acro B HD that I reviewed recently. Definitely capable of filming some real estate FPV with this drone. I intentionally waited to test this on a day that wasn't windy at all so that the drone handled pretty nice outside. I think similar to the Acro B, I wouldn't fly this thing in winds above like 5 miles an hour. It'll probably just get blown around. But all in all, I think that this quad is better suited for indoor real estate FPV style work better than the Flylens75. That one is more for, I feel like, freestyle, and it's a lot faster. This one is more in line with the Acro B HD. I did unfortunately see the black piece around the lens while I was flying and in the stabilized footage, so I'm actually going to take that off right now. But luckily it's minor enough that you can just crop it out without losing too much of the video. This thing just snaps on and off, and you can still put ND filters on here, but this is just something that would kind of protect the lens, but you do see it in there, so I'm not going to use that. Flight time, I got about 3.5 minutes out of this 750. I feel like with the 550, you'll probably get about 3 minutes of flight time realistically. With the type of flying that I do indoors, you're not doing a lot of acrobatic moves and not a lot of high throttle inputs, so I feel like my test is a pretty good test to see how much flight time you'll realistically get out of this. So yeah, out of the 750 I got about 3.5 minutes, 550 you'll probably get about 3 minutes. Weight wise, without the battery, just dry weight with a full-size 03, you're looking at 79 grams, and then with a 750 2S LiPo like this one, you're looking at about 115 grams. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe to the channel for more FPV content. Leave this video a like, and if you have any questions about the Flylens75 or the Flylens85, leave a comment down below.